This is the first time anybody besides a Makita employee has seen the inside of that building. Is here on this live stream. Of course, we saw it yesterday. So besides us, you are now seeing it for the first time ever. Makita just announced they have committed to made in the USA for 2025, 2024 into 2025. And they've announced and unleashed a modular tool storage system called MakTrak. And we can take a look at it in just a second. This has been in the making for about 4 years. And what they said they've done was market research and trying to address all of the major concerns with modular tool storage systems. Frankly, it's amazing how they've addressed the common problems that we've seen the other manufacturers have or the tool companies have. Like you could see that the interlocking system, how robust that they've actually designed it and made it. It's pretty amazing. The other thing is that one of the major concerns with other modular tool storage systems was dirt lodged into it from job sites. And Makita came up with a system where you could rinse them off and all of the dirt will just wash out. But some of the other people asked, like, when will there be drawers available? And they said that it could potentially, they're in the plans, right? They said their drawers obviously are in the plans. But Makita has designed this system to kind of solve the issues that people had previously with accessing that bottom box. And Nate here, I don't know if you caught him doing it, just illustrated that there's a couple of innovations in the getting into those boxes that you might not actually need drawers like you do with other systems. While we're here, Makita also announced their framing nailer. And I'll probably get more information on that as well. But they kind of assured me that Makita's framing nailer, yes, it took long to come to market, but it's because they were perfecting their cordless framing nailer that they're not going to have the issues other companies might have had with their framing nailers. I don't know if Nate showed you that time around, but those boxes, pretty much each of those larger boxes and half boxes, they can be opened from either side. They have like a locking hinge system, so you can open those boxes from either side, which is pretty doggone cool. So some of your questions were about drawers and accessing the bottom box. Now here's the deal. I'm gonna demonstrate something, but I don't necessarily believe it will be as easy once these things are full, right? But we're able to unlatch this box and then lift up to access this lower box. Come in here. The other great thing about these boxes is the thought process that went into designing all the accessories. They have this Molly style insert that you can strap stuff to, right? It will also mount to the top of the box. I'm gonna break something today. Is it going here? I'm putting it in here for now. The other thing is that their trays, it's not like something that just gets in the way where you're gonna have to take it out and throw it aside. These are designed to hold double and single chargers thoughtfully, as well as additional batteries fit in these slots, which is pretty cool. Now, another really awesome feature to all the boxes, yes, we could unlatch from this side, but let's just say you're parked on the other side of the street. You can literally come to the other side of the box, unlatch here, and lift up and open up from this side. Now, once these are filled, yeah, it might be a lot heavier. Maybe you can't do it, but you can see we're able to access this lower box, reach in, get our tools. I like that. I do like that. Same thing with this large toolbox. We're able to get in here. Once again, you get a tray, okay? And we have our larger toolbox. You can see they have easily fit a circular saw within that box. We have the ability to put our charger, our batteries, and like I said, let's say you parked on the other side of the street. You could open up from the other side. I like that. They have their organizer boxes, same thing, right? This isn't hinged on either side, but these boxes, these organizer boxes, they come with deep cups. You're able to get like 5-inch fasteners in here, right? All of these boxes, right? It doesn't matter. You can put them on either way. They latch on either way. So you're not confined to latching on a specific way with these boxes. You can reverse directions. It's pretty cool. Okay. Here's another great thing about this large box, as well as the rolling box. So it's lanyard, it's lanyard in here, okay? But these lanyards quickly remove, so you could take this off, all right? And then you could unlatch the total lid and then take it off. They have attachment points. They have attachment points here so that you can run Velcro through to attach framing squares to the top of this box, which, you know, I think is a great innovation. And then all you have to do, boom. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section at VCG Construction. I'll answer them. I'm gonna let anybody else that wants to get in over here take a look at these. I don't want to monopolize them too much, but they wanted to make it to where it would easily fit under a tonneau cover in a pickup truck. They designed their handle to help you get the box out of the truck. And then you can see it has these little ears on it. They call it the gecko, like the gecko handle system, I think, or these are gecko ears, but they'll help to latch on. They're rubberized like hooks. The other thing that I really like about this is the rolling base. This is going to be your rolling base, right? This is the basis of this system. When you put this box down, if you look at the wheels, they're not necessarily propping this box up, okay? They're not holding this box up. So if you do hit the ground, you're hitting the box on the ground. You're not necessarily smashing these wheels that could make it a point of failure, right? The box is sitting on the ground. I like that. The handle itself slides in pretty easily. The retraction part, whoa, might be a trick to that. Let's see if there's a trick to this. Listen, and you're seeing this for the first time that I'm seeing it for real, like having hands on. There's like these little pins here that keep it from sliding in. You move it down, that's where you can slide it in. This handle's all metal. There's a rubberized overmold on top of it. Pretty cool. And like I said prior, if you need to, at the end of the day, your help has gone home. You're all by yourself. You could stick the handle up on the truck bed, and then it will help you to lift up into the truck. This single box holds almost what 3 of the competitors' boxes can hold. At least 2 of the competitors' rolling box and large toolbox. But the thing is that for it to be 2 boxes, you had to remove all of the organization accessories out of the competitor's box, whereas you're able to use your organization with this box. Does it make any sense? If you need any answers, listen, comment section will help. I'll do a better job. The other great thing, you have this slot on the end. Hold on one sec. Can I borrow this if you're not using it, please? Thank you. So if you needed to go, for instance, wider, you're able to cantilever this box off the edge, and it's all connected. Pretty cool. So you're able to expand wider. Now, they did at points show a demonstration where these not as wide rolling boxes were on a dolly, but they're not announcing that dolly or those dollies as part of the system at this point. They'll have it later on. We can take a look at everything. This is a huge facility. This is the first time you're seeing this facility pretty much one day after we saw this facility for the first time. This has never been open to the public before, and you're seeing it with us. I know some of you are going to say, oh man, they're late to the game. But are they really late if they spent the time innovating? And innovating means they can serve you better. Can they really be too late to the game? And some of you will say, yeah, I'm already so deep in the competitor. But I mean, they've taken their time like normal with Makita, and they've come up with something that solves a lot of your concerns. Just working with Matt, he's my neighbor. Now, here's the deal. If you haven't seen Matt's work trailer and all, he is extensively invested in the competition.
Correct.
I want to know, honestly, what is your opinion? When you first saw it at first and then looking at it and getting your hands on it, what is your opinion?
I think with 12 or 10 different platforms out there, I think it's very hard to innovate, and I think they did a pretty decent job. The only thing that I understand their logic for the long form that they want the base, but this is kind of bulky. I think they might maybe in the future come out with a smaller version of this, but I love the way that you can open it from both sides. I love the way that these are much bigger, so you have a lot more storage.
Yes.
And then also, obviously, we don't know what they have planned in the future, but I think if they came out with like half of this, but like longer, so like SDS, max bit, stuff like that, I think that would be really cool. Obviously, we don't know if that's coming or not, but.
So Matt probably has OCD just like me.
Very much so.
And there's nothing worse than having a box that's too big for the stuff that you have, and then having empty spaces and having to have another box. Like for instance, let's say this is wire nuts.
Yep.
You have two little spots here. You're not gonna put in like half-inch copper fittings in there for plumbing because electrical don't go with plumbing.
No.
So you want more options is what I want.
Exactly, yeah, and I think that this allows you, I mean, obviously on the camera it's probably hard to see. I mean, we could probably go over there and see the competitors, but these are substantially bigger than the competitors. And then the fact that with the competitors, you can only lock it in one side. So that's obviously locked in right now, but all I got to do is flip it around. And I think their main focus is a contractor that works out of a pickup truck. So if this is on the passenger side or the driver's side, it really doesn't make a difference because it's obviously reversible, and the lid's reversible as well.
I have a question though. In your honest opinion, because of the market, and there is innovation here, I agree with Matt. This is kind of an uphill battle to make people realize how much more innovative this is. Like this is going to be a rough fight for them. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And I think their price points are pretty comparable.
I would agree.
But again, there's modifications obviously with the competitor. There's guys that do aftermarket stuff to them. With this, most of it seems like from what we've learned earlier today that they already have the modifications pretty much ready to go, and then they're just going to expand on it.
I think if they could throw some tools and accessories where they make some kits that come in this stuff, I think then it would really start to make more sense.
Absolutely.
And move towards a system, dust collection, just having everything in its place and a place for everything. Just organization wins the race.
Yeah, so I didn't see too much when they were doing the demonstration, but the competitors, what I call the coffin.
Yeah.
The problem I have with it is when you lift it up, everything rushes down. So I think with theirs, I think they knew that, and they have dividers and plans. Again, I haven't got too far into it, but I'd be curious to see how much you could do that, because they were also saying that if you bought the rolling one and the medium-sized one, it's the same size. But I also was thinking to myself, like, the nice thing about having it is too, it's lighter.
True.
You know what I mean? Like having 150 pounds in one box, like, I get it. But the other nice thing that I thought was kind of cool was on the bottom here, these latches just sit right on your tailgate. So the theory is you just ride this out of the back of your tailgate, this sits on the tailgate, and that way you're not actually lifting anything. And then when you go at the end of the day, you set this on the tailgate and then go in the back and lift with your back, so, or your legs. Don't lift with your back, lift with your legs. But yeah, I think it's hard to reinvent the wheel when there's so many different options out there, but I think there are a lot of perks that this have that the competitors don't.
Made in the USA.
Made in the USA, that is nice, number one.
That's a nice perk. Dude, I appreciate you taking some time.
No problem.
We're going to be circling around. If you're not already, go and find Working with Matt on YouTube and Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And it's just Working with Matt, right?
Just Working with Matt.
You're going to be working with Matt. Go get subscribed. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Yo, sorry to jump in on your party here.
You're good.
I needed to get him on camera. It's my buddy. All right, let's go see the framing nailer. They actually had this, I guess, a sneak peek at World of Concrete. I guess I should have stopped by the booth. I made a mistake, I'm sorry, but.
Let's talk about the LXT 18 volt, 21 degree framing nailer. Now we're excited a lot. Let's talk about some of the solutions this provides. So number one, the biggest request on any cordless product is what? Runtime. So this is going to give you 1,000 nails on a single charge with a 5 amp hour battery. With a 2 amp hour battery, it's going to give you 400.
Okay.
So still impressive with a 4 amp hour. So that's 3 1/4 inch nails, 0.131. Now the next thing is weight. One of the biggest complaints is weight on these. So we're gonna give upwards to 0.7 pounds less than the leading competitor. And if you want even lesser weight, you can go with a 2 amp hour and it's gonna give you about 1.5 pounds less. Also, you're gonna get a little less recoil. And then also the air chamber itself, we've actually designed it to be more durable. Okay. So when we look at the overall solutions, more runtime, less weight, less recoil, more durability. Okay. When you look around. Now some of this, the general features, got a really nice claw for when you're nailing in and doing toe nailing, whatever you're doing there. You got the toolless adjustment here, so if you're going deeper or up or right. As far as adding more nails, very simple. You just put the nails on the inside. You have the dry fire mechanism. So that way you're not damaging the internal components here.
3, 2, 3?
Yeah, about 3 to 4 nails. Gotcha. So you can put in here. As far as nail sizes, you go from anywhere from 2 inch all the way up to 3.5 inch, so full 16D nail on that. As far as turning on, you have turn on, turn off. So turn on, power. So it starts in single mode. For bump fire, I just hold on that mode button for a second. So I'm good there. Now as far as putting on if I go to another section of the job site, all I have to do, I've got my belt clip. Nice. I can put it right here on my belt. I can go to the next section. But if I have to go cut some lumber, I've got my rafter hook, so I can just hook it on the edge right there. Beautiful. No problem. So again, still in the LXT system here. So would you like to give it a try?
I'm gonna give it a try, but one thing that I'm really happy to see, because a while back we had done a video when 4080 or XGT came out, and people were asking like, what's gonna happen with LXT? I love LXT, what? And at first it was kind of unclear. Makita said that they were always gonna support it, but sometimes, companies don't always do what they say they're gonna do. This edition, especially this edition, I think is a big signal that LXT is here to stay. Yes. And you're continuing to support those contractors in what they're doing. Yes, sir. So I'm really happy to see this edition.
Yeah, and you're right, and that's why, because LXT, we have a lot of tradesmen every day using LXT. We want to still provide those solutions for them. Sure. But there is some applications that you have high output products, like you're seeing the breaker hammer or a power cut, or a larger chainsaw, 18 inch, where you need that high power, where LXT is just not there to hit that high power. But in this application, LXT is perfect to meet that demand.
I agree. The other thing that is great about XGT is that you can run everything from those breakers all the way down to the smallest, hammer drill, or even, an impact driver, which is great to have the flexibility.
Absolutely.
Is this biggest 18-volt platform in North America?
It is, yeah. 325 plus products on one platform. And like we were showing earlier, even more around the world. Yeah. That we don't even offer here in the United States.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
All right.
You give it a try, sir?
Thank you. Power on. And then it's a single shot, right? There's no bump fire.
Correct. So there is a bump fire that you can change to. Yep.
So single shot, don't matter, right? I'd have to go to bump fire
mode. Yep.
And then we could, I'm out of nails. Look at it.
That's the dry fire mechanism.
Look at it.
That's protecting the tool.
So it's locked us out.
Yeah, it's protecting your investment in the tool itself.
Okay. So now we're able to shoot again, fire again, nail again, whatever you want to call it. And if we wanted to, we could do, let's just say we're laminating our own beams or whatever. I almost feel like in rapid mode, it even gives it like a little bit more oomph, right? Yeah. That's impressive. Is this going to be for a frame carpenter that's going in for a punch list? Or is this a replacement for pneumatic, or,
I think it depends on the user. What we're seeing probably more for is they're going to have their, if it's a residential framer, he's going to have probably use pneumatic. Yes. And this is going to be for those areas they can't get to with a cord, and or the punch out guy, renovation. I think you're going to see it in that area too.
Do you have price point on this yet?
Not yet. Okay. So that'll be coming soon, but it's going to be price competitive to the market.
Beautiful. Thank you for taking some time.
All right, thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
They actually did make an announcement today, tabless technology, in the XGT platform, in the 4 amp hour size, which would mean if you're running a 20-volt platform, it would be equivalent to an 8 amp hour battery, right? Because it's double the voltage. So they're introducing that size in tablets. And the other thing is that tabless technology, they're going to see that technology move down to LXT as well. It was just so much to take in. You can't even, I could only absorb so much information through the presentation, so I can't remember everything. The more questions you ask, though, the more it kind of reminds me of some of the talking points. So Makita on their LXT platform has, and some of you probably have already seen it. I really just saw it for the first time yesterday. This is their outdoor adventure segment, right? It's like a lifestyle segment. You know, fans, lights. They have their cooler, warmer box here, vacuum cleaner, chainsaws, lights, radio, right? Inflators, and they've colored them green for people that go camping, hunting. I think this is really awesome. Now, if you're going hunting, I would have maybe preferred orange, maybe, possibly. But for the outdoorsman, or outdoorswoman, the outdoors person, I think this is really awesome. I also said to Makita, because, you know, I say things, I almost feel like if they did limited runs of like maybe something in camo, like a line of camo stuff, or maybe even like a combo kit in like pink for breast cancer awareness, something like that. Let's go see what's outside. And this runs on 2 batteries, right? But the ability to remove one of these batteries and you could run the demo saw that's over there, right? You could take, you know, 2 of these batteries, run that demo saw, or you could take a single battery and run, well, a hammer drill, an impact driver. You're kind of locked in with, where's it at? And I'm not saying that they're not expanding their platform, right? But you're kind of limited what you can do with this battery. You're not going to throw this on an impact driver, a hammer drill. So I can appreciate the ability to run the biggest and smallest tools with XGT compared to the competitor.
We actually pride ourselves on one thing versus a corded rotary hammer. If you think of Bosch, they're pretty much the standard in the industry. We have 70% faster braking efficiency.
Wow,
than corded products. And from a runtime perspective, we could have said, hey, brakes up to 2,000 pounds of concrete, but we actually had our rotary hammers with a few end users for a month and a half at a time.
Yeah.
And we actually came up with, hey, on a single charge, we break up an 8-foot by 6-foot, 4-inch slab, 5,000 PSI concrete on a single charge.
Really?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Wow. So, I mean, you know, I don't even know how to follow that up. That's just a great stat.
Yeah, so very great stat. And if you think, what's the theme of the whole thing? Power on.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be the most powerful hitting hammer in its class. That's 73 joules versus our competition that's 67 joules.
You know, Rufus just made me feel real bad. Like I was, you know, they were like, yo, if you do anything social that leaves the building today, can you please hashtag the video or a piece of content? I forgot to do it. Sorry.
We'll do it.
I was rushing to get it all together. I'm like, we'll write a description. I forgot. Yeah, we'll put it in. We promise.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vince, for your time.
I appreciate you even inviting me. So Acme has told us, we talked to them while we're here. They're going to have the new MakTrak system, right? And I think that they're going to be one of the first retailers, a place that you could actually see it, like look for more specs for yourself and all. But they're putting together 2 or 3 exclusive packages with different configurations. If you wanted to see cost and pricing and, you know, or what's available or how they configured it, you could probably head on over there. I don't have a link at the moment. I would share it if I did. Hello, sir. So
how are you?
They were enamored. They were like, we saw an impact with the ring light on it. What's this?
This is it. That's our newest generation impact driver.
So is that this?
This is that one. It's the XGT20.
So,
and then,
can you tell me everything about this?
yeah, I'll try.
All right.
I'll try it. So I have our previous generation impact driver for comparison to show you.
Okay.
So this is our newest one, XGT20. So your viewers will notice that we eliminated a few things. So primarily, we got rid of the 2 LED lights that were mounted, one on either side. And in its place, we have the LED ring light, right? And what that allowed us to do is to narrow the profile to make it a little bit thinner here. But we also got rid of the phosphorescent bumper, right? Technical name for it. And one of the other things that we did is we removed the control panel that normally sits here.
Right.
And now we pushed it
in the rear
towards the back. And now the operator has better visibility to their controls. It has better access to their speeds, like 4 different speeds and 4 different modes. Now, what that allowed us to do by pushing the control panel here is this allowed us to bring the handle towards the center. So now it's a better balanced tool. I didn't think there was anything wrong with this generation.
Yeah.
But having them side by side, I realized that this is a perfectly balanced tool now.
All right, I had a feel. I mean, I would never, I mean, I love Makita's impacts. I mean, I still have a made in Japan XDT12.
Yes,
That I love it. And I have an XDT16 and all. I mean, I just like them. They fit my hand really well.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, this feels great.
It does. It does.
I do love the light. That's amazing.
It's extremely bright.
And a lot of like, maybe the younger viewers will be like, it's just the light and all. But you start getting a little up in age, you appreciate all the extra visibility. There's no like hot spots here. Like there's no hot spots. This is very well lit area. Can I drive screws or no?
Yes, we have screws.
It's funny. I like playing with the tools. I gotta be honest with you. 4. Am I on auto?
That's the mode you're looking for, right? Wood mode, assist mode. That'll go slowly and then it'll ramp up for you.
Oh, okay. So when it ramps up, the tool senses exactly what you need, or is it go up and go to max power? You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to see max power, what mode should I be in?
If you just want to go max power, that would be it right
Like
there.
if I wanted all my trigger control to be in this finger
That's
here.
it, right there.
For an impact driver, you're not getting all that impacting running through your forearm and your hand.
Yes.
It's very smooth.
Yes. Yeah,
So is that is that a byproduct of something, or is that something you actively work to do?
that is by design. We have a lot of folks in engineering that spend a lot of money in research and development to make sure that we get that right.
It's amazing. You must like have 1,000 engineers working on that.
Yes, we do.
I gotta tell you, this is impressive. I appreciate your time, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, this thing's crazy. I forgot. I was so overwhelmed by the storage, I forgot that they showed a slide of this. So, these are indeed, they have an inlet here. An inlet here. So these are chargers. Yo, here it is on this side. This is the BCC02 for XGT. And then that's LXT. Good, Tyler, how are you? We're live.
Oh, right on.
So, that's good news. So, they have questions about the chargers. Can you answer them?
Yes.
Then
I'll do the best I can.
I'm going to lab you up. The first question is performance of these chargers compared to maybe your standalone chargers. How are
Like
they perform?
the dual port chargers?
Yeah, like are they a rapid charger, a standard speed charger? Like how?
So these are actually slower chargers.
Okay.
Right? These are meant to be able to charge all of your batteries overnight. Okay. So it actually cycles through 4 batteries at a time, and it'll charge all of these in one night. So this is about 7.5 hours. And you could put 4 of these together on a single 15 amp circuit breaker.
So you can put 4 of these boxes on a single 15 amp breaker, not have to worry about blowing a circuit because of the way they're cycling through and charging these batteries. Gotcha. So it's not a rapid solution.
Yeah.
It's an overnight solution
Yeah.
to get you ready for the morning.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
So the way that I compare it, so I work in outdoor power equipment, okay? So I'm the associate product manager for outdoor power equipment. And we noticed that those landscapers, they're gas primarily, and they're transitioning over to battery as they go.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that they can do the same things that they can do with battery that they did with gas. And what do they do in the morning? They load up their gas tanks, and that's how much fuel they're going to use for that day.
Yep.
They're not going to go back and keep going back. So we wanted to be able to give them the modern day gas tank. So that's what you see here. And right here, this showcases the amount of batteries that you could charge in a single night, representative as a 4-truck landscaping fleet company. Okay, so
this represents what you could charge in a single night on one 15 amp breaker.
On 2 15 amp
Two
breakers.
15 amp breakers. So like think
40
about it.
slide style batteries and 12 PDC batteries.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's all right. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using just slide style batteries, 48 4 amp hour batteries or 2.5 amp hour batteries, or 32 5 amp hour and 8 amp hour batteries in a single night.
Okay. So let me ask you, I'm a little bit behind the times.
You're good.
On your outdoor power.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tell me about these, because I don't know anything.
Yeah, so these are our large watt hour batteries, okay? So this is our 1200 watt hour battery and our 1500 watt hour battery.
Okay.
This is for the high demand user. They're ones that are going to use backpack blowers, the Connects mower.
Sure.
They're going to be able to utilize these batteries for those high demand items.
And they come
products.
in 1200 and 1500.
Yes.
Now, this isn't like the older backpack harnesses you guys had where you pop batteries in them. This is a battery.
Yeah, that's a battery.
Okay, and then, so does this get like plugged right in the charge? Is it a charger and battery solution? How do we charge it?
So actually, this right here is the inverter.
Okay.
This plugs into this, okay? So you can see here, we have a standard digital timer, right?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be super complex or complicated, right? So it's plugged into this outlet. Back here, you can see all 4 of the plugs for these chargers.
Yeah.
And these are plugged directly into the PVC batteries and the multi-port batteries.
So this inverter, as these inverters are, because I saw like a proprietary input, I'm like, that inlet, that's what is powering this charger as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gotcha.
And we have one of the most sophisticated charging systems on the market today. Okay, we use the batteries are communicating with the charger and the chargers with the batteries to make sure that they're not being overcharged, that they're cycling correctly, and that if they're not 100% charged, it's not going to eat up a full cycle. It's just going to charge it up to the 80% and then 100% from there, not taking a full cycle from the battery, ensuring that they're not being overcharged.
I think it's even like, it's leftover, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Nickel cadmium?
Like folklore from like
Yeah.
you know, NICAD and all that. I have to deplete my battery all the way before I charge it. And there's a memory. And if you rapid charge your batteries, that it's going to degrade the batteries. Like these are smart chargers.
Yeah.
And even your rapid chargers, like they're fan cooled. Like the
Fan
batteries
cooled
are
to make
fan
sure that
cooled.
they're not overheating. Yes.
But did you know that if you slide the batteries in and out real quick, it changes the tune on the charger?
I did not know.
No, get out of here. Yes, you did. So if I slide these batteries in and out real quick, is there any, they'll play any songs?
No, not on these ones.
I like the reflective.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, I mean, those guys are on the side of the highway. They're on the side of the street.
even
We wanna
dusk at
make sure
dawn
that-
and stuff.
Yeah,
Like people don't
absolutely.
realize, like they'll look at that, you know.
Well, dusk till dawn, exactly, because you could do it with battery equipment. You couldn't do it with gas equipment, right? It's too loud. Battery equipment, dusk till dawn.
I like that. I appreciate your time, Tom.
Absolutely,
Thank you
Vince, I
very
really
much.
appreciate it.
So this is part of that backpack system. I got to be honest with you. I think he didn't believe me when I said I was not read up on this, but I honestly, I don't really know too much about this backpack system, but here are the different sprayers. It looks like they have a 2.6 gallon tank, a 4-gallon tank. They have this little tank here. I'm not certain what that runs off of. Yo, they got single man augers here. They got hedge trimmers. They got chainsaws. Look at them all. They got a new Roomba robot vacuum. I think there's one here, but there's another one over there. This one's like remote.
Controllable.
Yes. Oh, that's a HEPA. That's pretty dope. Raul, the name of your channel is
Real Concrete Solutions. Real REAL.
blowing up on Instagram. You're on YouTube?
Instagram and YouTube. Yep.
So-
YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. everything.
So go check it out. Concrete, in my opinion, it's pretty much one of the hardest trades. There is no like, oh, we're gonna take lunch. If the concrete's on the truck, it's gotta come off. And if it's off the truck on the ground, it's gotta be finished. Thanks,
All
brother.
right, man.
Go check them out.
Thank you.
The batteries. Look it. Look it. I don't know if this has cliff sensors, but it probably does. These are all sensors built in. It will, you could set different patterns and stuff. It will zigzag or go straight across. I don't know about this new one. This is HEPA though, which is pretty cool. I mean, plus they have upright vacuums, and it's funny. So Makita was just talking. They have signed like a huge contract with all the airports in the US. They're like, they sell like, I forget how many stick vacuums in the United States of America. The funny part is that I was in Philadelphia International on my way here, and I literally saw them vacuuming using the white Makita stick vacuum. It's bizarre. They're everywhere. What else you want to see? Look at this handheld planer. That's a beast. They have a tea kettle. This is a coffee maker too. This is a hot water kettle. This is the coffee maker, LXT. This, I guess, is a single cup. How do you like your Makita coffee maker? Do you like it in a kettle or in cup form? This is lifestyle, but what they've done was they took these more popular lifestyle items and made them for the outdoor in that green. This is just This is the standard color. Like this is the standard color. Makita blue version of their warmer, cooler. One of my dearest friends in the space and one of the most helpful people.
My man.
Hey everybody, welcomed us into this type of community, right? You actually talked about taking those boxes and maybe putting an inlet and turning them into
A warming box, or hot box, we call it, yeah.
So Robin made a video previously where, you know, you're in New England.
Right.
So very, very cold, but he doesn't necessarily want to pull all of his batteries out of the truck every night.
No, it's a pain in the
So you had it, or was it in the shed? Where do you have that one?
No, it's in my truck. And so basically I used to have to put all the batteries in a bag or a crate and bring them in at night. And if you forget them, you gotta go back home and get them.
Yeah.
So it's having them live in the truck, but with I actually bought a reptile heater, a reptile mat heater.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also have done it with an oil pan heater. And it just goes, it goes at the bottom of, you got to make sure that it doesn't touch the plastic. So you have to use like some metal and off lead, use ceramic tiles. You put the heater pad in there, I insulate it with Ridgid insulation, drill a hole, run the cord through, and then I plug my trucks in at night anyway.
Yeah.
So I just run heat, and it only heats to maybe 45, 50 degrees.
But it keeps them from freezing.
Yeah, and it keeps the caulking and glue and any solvents and things that we use from freezing as well, which is always a pain in there.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you think maybe that these would be a good fit for all that?
I think a couple of those boxes would be great. It depends on your storage space and where you can put it in your van or truck, right?
So now I have you. We're away from the Makita people. You could tell us on live stream.
Here we
your initial impression, like when you saw it, what do you think?
So to use your words, it was very well thought out, but of course it is. They're the last to market.
Okay.
They watched everybody else stumble and fall and try things and come out with their best intentions, and now they get to look at all that and they get to play.
Right.
So of course it's going to be good. It better be good, or
Yeah.
you know. I don't think it's solved everything, but I think they really thought it out, like the latching, the different switching, the lid, the way you take it out of the truck. That's well thought out.
I think they did a good job of standing back. There's a benefit to it.
Yep. And there's a detriment.
But the detriment
They
is
lost market share.
yes.
Like Milwaukee did it with their track saws recently, right? They came out last. They did a great job with it. But they lost all those track saws that we all now own. I've got a Makita.
Yeah.
My buddy's got a DeWALT. You know, we bought track saws. We don't buy them.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, always
Appreciate
a pleasure
your insight.
to see you. Thanks, everybody.
Make sure you're checking out Rob, Conquer Carpenter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. He is literally one of the OGs that actually brought what we do and all and to social media. There's so much to see and so much to do. I don't know which way should I be. Like, let me see. I feel like you see me better now. There's so much to see and so much to do. I'm gonna go back inside. I'm gonna get more filled in. But listen, leave it down in the comment section below. What is it that you want to see from Makita? We will do our best to make it happen. I got to tell you, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in on the live stream. I was super excited to be invited here. You know what I mean? And Makita, you know, wanted our feedback, and that means that they really wanted your feedback. You know, because I'm basically your mouthpiece, right? The concerns that I express are generally your concerns, and it's nice to be valued in the space, and with so many great creators out there. I want to say a special thank you to each and every one of you, the coolest community, all the interwebs, for everything you contribute here. All the views, all the likes, all the comments, all of the chat, all of the love. You're the coolest community on all of the interwebs, and I appreciate every single one of you for being here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my top 5. I'm going to put my top 5. You take care, Dark Magic. Thank you for being here. I'm going to put my top 5 tools. I believe the last time I did a ranking video was like 2022. I am going to put my top 5 tools at the end of this video. You can go and watch it. And here's the deal. If I get enough comments in this video and that video, I will make the top 5 tool brands for 2025 and what I believe you should all be taking a look at for the next year. If you want to see the video, let me know. All right, everybody. I hope to see you all on the next one. Gotta go.